If you're wondering which projects deserve your pledge, your hype, or at least your curious click, you're in the right place. We're diving into over 20 of the most intriguing, imaginative, and potentially wallet-destroying tabletop campaigns launching this June. Let's start with the newest projects in the list. This is nerdsection.com. Fight for Inheritance is a ruthless and fast-paced card game of bluffing, betrayal, and backstabbing, where 2 to 4 players take on the roles of the crazy king's conniving children, each desperate to be the last royal standing and claim the crown. Published by Red Cannon Games, the game combines secret actions, strategic assassinations, and shifting alliances as players use action cards. Spend gold to hire protection and deploy once-per-game royal decree powers to turn the tide in their favor. The Kickstarter campaign showcases a vibrant and humorously dark aesthetic, offering various pledge tiers, including an opportunity to become a playable character in the game. Each round, players must draw cards that could result in death if they haven't taken precautions, making risk management and timing crucial. With quick 10 to 30-minute playtimes and high replay value due to the interactive chaos, Fight for Inheritance caters well to fans of social deduction and betrayal games. While not ideal for players who dislike direct confrontation, it thrives on tension, scheming, and the thrill of dramatic reversals. Trouble on the Tempus is a cooperative sci-fi board game for 1 to 5 players, developed by Minor Disaster Games. Set aboard the experimental time-traveling spaceship, Tempus, players must manage escalating disasters, fires, electrical faults, and mechanical failures, while attempting to repair the hyperdrive and escape impending doom. The game's unique mechanic allows players to perform localized time jumps, resetting the board to its initial state while retaining knowledge of future events. However, each time jump introduces a paradox, increasing the game's difficulty and risking total annihilation if overused. The Kickstarter campaign offers various pledge tiers, including expansions like Extreme Circumstances and The Illusion of Time, and features Kickstarter-exclusive components. Trouble on the Tempest delivers a tense and challenging cooperative experience, blending strategic planning with a compelling time travel narrative. The game's innovative mechanics and thematic depth provide a fresh take on disaster management in board games. While the difficulty may be steep for some, especially in lower player counts, the game's replayability and immersive storytelling make it a standout choice for fans of cooperative and sci-fi themed games. Tomb Raider: The Crypt of Chronos is a solo adventure board game developed by Iconic Studios in partnership with Crystal Dynamics, offering an immersive journey into the world of Lara Croft. Players guide Lara through the enigmatic island of Kairos, navigating treacherous terrain, disarming deadly traps, and confronting an adversary from her past while uncovering the secrets of the Chronos artifact, a relic capable of manipulating time. The game offers 2 modes: an adventure book with structured 20 to 60-minute missions, and an island campaign, a fully randomized 3-hour experience that captures the essence of exploration and danger. The Kickstarter campaign brings this cinematic, puzzle-rich narrative to life with customizable dice mechanics, resource management, and an upgrade system for crafting new abilities and gear. With striking visuals and multiple difficulty tiers, the game is designed to cater to both casual adventurers and seasoned solo board gamers. However, being a single-player experience, it might not appeal to groups or those seeking multiplayer options. Still, for fans of the franchise or anyone craving a solo campaign filled with thematic tension and discovery, Tomb Raider: The Crypt of Chronos delivers a compelling expedition into the unknown. The Letters of the Word is a strategic Christian-themed board game set in 150 AD Rome, where players assume the roles of scribes tasked with preserving the sacred letters of the New Testament. The game offers an open-world experience where players navigate the Roman Empire, gather fragile parchments, and ensure their survival. Players must manage limited supplies, seek refuge in secret safe houses, and outmaneuver Roman soldiers, making strategic decisions that shape a unique experience each time they play. The Kickstarter campaign emphasizes the game's immersive narrative and strategic depth. The Letters of the Word offers a unique blend of historical context and strategic gameplay, appealing to players interested in Christian themes and open-world exploration. The game's emphasis on decision-making and resource management adds depth, while the narrative-driven experience provides replayability. However, the game's reliance on historical and religious themes may not appeal to all players. Overall, The Letters of the Word stands out as an engaging and thought-provoking addition to the board game landscape. Dawn of Madness is a story-driven cooperative survival horror game for 1 to 4 players, developed by Dimension Games. Set in the same universe as Deep Madness, the game immerses players in a surreal nightmare where they assume the roles of wanderers trapped in a twisted reality. Each wanderer embarks on a unique narrative journey, confronting personal traumas and monstrous manifestations of their psyche. The gameplay unfolds over multiple chapters, with choices influencing the story's direction and culminating in one of several possible endings. The complete collection includes the core game, expansions like the Written Rift and the Ticking Heart, and a variety of miniatures and components that enhance the immersive experience. Dawn of Madness offers a deeply thematic experience, blending psychological horror with narrative depth. The game's rich storytelling and atmospheric design draw players into its unsettling world. However, the complexity of the rules and the extensive setup may present a steep learning curve for some. Overall, Dawn of Madness stands out as a compelling choice for players seeking an intense and immersive horror adventure. Micropirates is a competitive pirate-themed board game for 2 to 4 players, developed by Thistroy Games. In this game, players assume the roles of daring captains navigating treacherous seas filled with opportunities for plunder and peril. The gameplay revolves around completing quests, trading goods, hunting for legendary treasure map pieces, and engaging in naval combat against merchant vessels and rival pirates. Valor points are earned through various actions, such as delivering luxury goods, defeating enemies, and unearthing hidden treasures. The game concludes when a player reaches the target number of Valor points, securing their place as the most legendary pirate on the seas. The Gamefound campaign offers exclusive content and detailed components that enhance the immersive experience. Micropirates offers a dynamic blend of strategy and adventure, appealing to fans of thematic board games. The game's emphasis on multiple paths to victory encourages diverse playstyles, while the competitive elements add excitement and replayability. However, the reliance on player interaction and potential for conflict may not suit those preferring more solitary gameplay. Overall, Micropirates stands out as an engaging and visually appealing addition to the pirate-themed board game genre. Top Frog is a fast-paced, family-friendly strategy game from Yadco Games where 2 to 6 players leap into the pond to catch and stack frogs in a race to become the most stylish and strategic amphibian around. The objective is to build up to 3 stacks of frogs, placing lighter frogs on top of heavier ones, and maximizing points by topping each stack with just the right hat. Each frog has its own unique abilities, adding puzzle-like layers to the stacking decisions. Gameplay is simultaneous and interactive, as players use action cards to decide where to leap and which frog to catch. If multiple players go for the same frog, they all miss out, creating moments of tension and deduction as you try to predict your opponent's moves. The Kickstarter campaign emphasizes bright, charming artwork and simple yet deep mechanics, making it accessible for younger players while engaging enough for adults. The game's mix of simultaneous planning, spatial strategy, and lighthearted chaos ensures it will be a hit with both families and casual gaming groups. Sniper Elite Operation Kraken is a major expansion for Ardira Sniper Elite the board game, published by Rebellion Unplugged. Set during a high-stakes Axis plan to deploy a devastating supercarrier, players must either locate secret plans or infiltrate the ship directly to sabotage the operation. The expansion includes 2 detailed new maps, Norman Village and the supercarrier, each presenting unique tactical challenges. Players gain access to new tools like TNT and bolt cutters, while defenders can reinforce positions and seal off areas, increasing tension and replayability. Also included are new vehicles with miniatures, loadout and objective cards, tokens, and solo mode enhancements, broadening both strategic options and accessibility. The Gamefound campaign reintroduces core content from the original game alongside this expansion, making it an ideal entry point for new players. Operation Kraken maintains the original's cat-and-mouse stealth mechanics while enriching it with complex environments and mission variability. The dual map setup and added equipment provide a deeper strategic experience, though the increased complexity might not suit more casual players. Overall, Operation Kraken offers a compelling, content-rich evolution of the Sniper Elite board game formula. Flashpoint Golden State Heroes is a standalone cooperative board game that expands the Flashpoint universe into the dynamic landscapes of Southern California. Players join the Elite Gold Company, tackling emergencies across 6 unique scenarios, from forest fires to earthquakes, each presenting distinct challenges. The game introduces the Ignition system, allowing for customizable firefighter characters and thematic event decks tailored to each map, enhancing replayability and strategic depth. The Kickstarter campaign, launched on May 27, 2025, quickly surpassed its funding goal, reflecting strong community support. Golden State Heroes revitalizes the Flashpoint series by integrating fresh mechanics and diverse scenarios that mirror California's varied emergencies. The Ignition system offers players the flexibility to tailor their firefighting team, adding a personalized touch to each game. While the game's complexity may present a learning curve for newcomers, it provides seasoned players with enriched gameplay and strategic options. Overall, Golden State Heroes stands as a compelling addition to the cooperative board game genre, offering both innovation and homage to its predecessors. Marches and Batailles is an operational-level Napoleonic war game developed by Hervé and Lucas Dugrenier, offering a meticulously researched simulation of 18th and 19th century military engagements. The game is played on handcrafted, historical canvas maps with wooden counters, representing units of approximately 4,000 infantry or 1,600 cavalry. Combat and morale are resolved through the drawing of colored tokens, eliminating the need for dice and emphasizing strategic planning. Players navigate through 6 scenarios and a comprehensive campaign, with gameplay influenced by historical events and timelines. The game's authenticity is underscored by its endorsement from Sabretash, the world's oldest military history society. Marches and Batailles stands out for its commitment to historical accuracy and innovative mechanics that forego traditional dice rolling. The use of colored tokens introduces a unique layer of strategy, while the handcrafted components enhance the immersive experience. However, the game's complexity and focus on detailed simulation may present a steep learning curve for some players. Overall, it offers a rich and engaging experience for enthusiasts of historical wargaming. Nexus card game is a fast-paced 1v1 card battler set in a richly imagined fantasy world on the brink of cataclysm. Developed by Redzin Games, the game challenges players to combine 2 unique factions, each with distinct abilities and strategies, to destroy their opponent's Nexus and claim victory. The gameplay emphasizes strategic deck building and dynamic combat, with each faction offering a different playstyle. The Gamefound campaign introduces a new solo mode featuring the Mindvales faction, allowing players to engage in single-player battles against AI-controlled opponents. Additionally, the campaign offers exclusive cards with unique illustrations, enhancing the visual appeal and collectability of the game. Nexus card game offers a compelling blend of strategic depth and fast-paced action, appealing to fans of competitive card games. The dual faction system encourages creative deck building and adaptability, while the introduction of a solo mode expands the game's accessibility. However, the game's reliance on faction synergy may present a learning curve for new players. Overall, Nexus card game stands out as an engaging and visually striking addition to the fantasy card game genre. Tournament Arc is a lighthearted, narrative-driven strategy card game where 3 to 6 players draft and train a quirky team of student athletes to compete in an unpredictable sports tournament. Published by Little Creature Games, the game unfolds over 3 distinct phases. First, players draft athletes with various stats and personalities. Next, during the training phase, they use episode cards to enhance or sabotage teams, building both mechanical advantages and hilarious anime-inspired storylines. Only midway through training is the actual sport revealed, forcing everyone to pivot strategies depending on which stats now matter most. Finally, the competition phase sees players tally their team's stats based on the chosen sport to crown a winner. The Kickstarter campaign leans into its anime parody roots, offering over 40 unique athletes, custom episode decks, and a sleek rule set that keeps gameplay snappy. It's accessible even to those with no knowledge of sports or anime, while still packed with references and energy that fans will appreciate. While the random sport reveal introduces a dose of chaos that may not suit all tastes, the mix of strategy, sabotage, and humor makes Tournament Arc a strong contender for party game nights and storytelling gamers alike. Sauros is a dinosaur-themed trick-taking and tile placement game for 2 to 5 players, where each round challenges you to win cards and strategically place tiles on asymmetric player mats. Each mat represents a different dinosaur species with unique scoring conditions, encouraging players to align suits and symbols for dynamic scoring. The twist, the trump suit, changes with every trick, keeping gameplay fresh and unpredictable. After each round, players rotate mats, ensuring everyone experiences each dinosaur's unique mechanics. The game features chunky tiles and vibrant artwork, aiming for a family-friendly yet strategic experience. As of May 2025, Sauros has successfully funded on Kickstarter, achieving 345% of its goal with over 590 backers. Sauros offers a refreshing blend of familiar mechanics with innovative twists. The rotating player mats and changing trump suits add layers of strategy and replayability. While the game's depth may challenge newcomers to trick-taking games, its engaging theme and tactile components make it an appealing choice for both families and seasoned gamers seeking a new puzzle to solve. Gallipoli Ordered to Die is a two-player, diceless strategy wargame developed by the Dietz Foundation, focusing on the harrowing 1915 Gallipoli campaign of World War I. Designed to be both historically grounded and accessible, it features 3 scenarios: the invasion, the counterattack, and the August offensive. Each playable in under an hour. Players take alternating turns executing 3 actions to move or attack, with combat resolved deterministically by comparing unit values, both attacker and loser flip units, reflecting the toll of battle. Strategic variation arises from random, secret chits distributed at the start, granting players unique abilities or action modifiers during play. The Kickstarter campaign highlights the game's simplicity, short playtime, and educational potential. With a clean rule set and minimal randomness, it invites players of all ages to explore one of the most pivotal and tragic fronts of Waridawin. The game's balance between historical depth and streamlined mechanics may not satisfy those seeking complex simulations, but it excels as an engaging and thought-provoking introduction to operational-level conflict. Gallipoli Ordered to Die stands out for offering meaningful decisions without overburdening players with rules or logistics. Rewild South America is a medium-weight, card-driven engine builder for 1 to 4 players, created by Bruno Ligoricia and published by Mark Dorr. The game is rooted in the biodiversity of 6 South American ecoregions: Caatinga, Gran Chaco, Cerrado, Pantanal, Amazon, and Atlantic rainforests, each brought to life through beautifully illustrated cards representing the intricate relationships among local flora and fauna. Each turn, players select one of 2 actions from a hand of cards: build out biomes, manage natural resources, and attract animals and plants to create a thriving ecosystem. The Kickstarter campaign emphasizes both the educational and strategic depth of Rewild. Though simple in its core turn structure, the game presents a host of critical decisions around when to recycle actions, which biome strategies to pursue, and how to maximize victory points through synergy and adaptability. With hundreds of unique cards, no 2 games play the same. While the puzzle-like decision space may be complex for new players, it offers a rewarding challenge for engine-building fans and nature lovers alike. Rewild not only delivers a thoughtful game, it also highlights ecological interdependence with elegance and clarity. Principes is a competitive strategy board game for 1 to 4 players set in the fractured Kingdom of Poland in the year 1202, where players lead one of the 4 branches of the Piast dynasty in a bid to unify the kingdom and crown their prince. Designed by Leo Solowiej and supported by Poland's Ministry of Culture, the game immerses players in a volatile period of Polish history known as the Time of Great Disruption. Over the course of up to 6 rounds split into 3 periods, players program a sequence of secret actions, including politics, taxation, movement, and war, while responding to unfolding events through history cards that introduce external forces like the Teutonic Knights and Mongols. The Gamefound campaign highlights the game's tight Euro-style mechanics with a strong thematic core. Climbing the power, people, and clergy tracks is essential, as reaching the top of all 3 allows a player to immediately win by crowning their prince. The unique blend of secret action programming, asymmetric factions, and historical flavor provides a fresh approach to political area control. While the complexity may challenge newer players, Principes offers a deeply strategic and richly thematic experience for history lovers and seasoned gamers alike. Coexist is a 2 to 4 player board game from Matagot that blends open drafting and resource management with a deeply thematic focus on wildlife conservation. Players lead non-governmental organizations aiming to preserve endangered species by mobilizing caretakers, building up their refuges, and releasing animals back into their natural habitats. Points are earned for successfully reintroducing species, with bonuses for strategic combinations and unlocking special abilities. The game ends when a player releases 5 species, and the winner is the one with the highest score. The crowdfunding campaign on Gamefound emphasizes Coexist's accessible yet strategic gameplay and its collaboration with environmental nonprofit HISA, which benefits from a portion of the proceeds. Visually striking artwork and a streamlined rule set make it appealing for both families and more seasoned gamers. While the gameplay is tight and rewarding, some of the prototype materials and rulebook clarity could benefit from refinement. Overall, Coexist delivers a thoughtful and engaging experience with real-world resonance, offering players a meaningful take on ecological preservation. Final Titan is a competitive draft and duel card game where players assemble teams of legendary champions, drawn from myth, history, and fantasy to battle in a high-stakes arena. Created by Marvin Hagen, with development contributions from Richard Garfield and Christian Kudal, the game blends strategic drafting with tactical dice-based combat. Each champion brings a unique blend of abilities and stats, and players must carefully select power-up cards to support them in their matchups. Combat is resolved through fast-paced dice duels using the Die of Destiny, which fuels both standard and game-altering special abilities. The Gamefound campaign offers a print-and-play version for immediate access and features stretch goals that expand champion variety and add solo and team-based variants. One standout feature is how champions can scale up over time, growing stronger and turning the tide of battle in dramatic ways. While the luck of the dice introduces a degree of unpredictability, the game rewards clever drafting and adaptive play. Final Titan stands out for its vibrant art, accessible yet deep mechanics, and its fast-paced, replayable dueling format. It's a gladiatorial free-for-all where only one champion and strategist emerges supreme. Conquest of Paradise, originally designed by Kevin McPartlin and now published by Phalanx, is a strategic board game set in the Polynesian Triangle. In this game, 2 to 4 players lead seafaring cultures, exploring uncharted waters to discover and colonize fertile islands. Players build canoes, train warriors, and develop cultural innovations such as tattooing and hula dancing to expand and defend their empires. The game emphasizes resource management, exploration, and area control, with mechanics that include action points, area movement, and dice rolling. The current Gamefound campaign offers a 3rd edition with refined rules and upgraded visuals, aiming to enhance the gameplay experience. The 3rd edition of Conquest of Paradise addresses previous concerns by improving rule clarity and visual design, making the game more accessible while retaining its strategic depth. The balance between exploration, cultural development, and conflict offers a rich gameplay experience. However, the game's reliance on random exploration draws can introduce variability that may affect strategic planning. Overall, this edition appears to be a thoughtful refinement, appealing to both new players and fans of the original game. River Rats is a cooperative, strategic hand management game set aboard a luxurious, futuristic riverboat, where the bionic river rats, the upper-class guests, force the crew into high-stakes poker games for their amusement. Players take on the roles of the crew, working together to outplay the rich rats by crafting stronger poker hands. Using teamwork, clever hand management, and strategic planning, they must manipulate the game to shift the odds in their favor. Each of the 4 crew factions has unique abilities, and players must combine their faction powers with their own special actions to outwit the rich rats and send them back to their cabins a little poorer than before. River Rats presents an intriguing blend of classic poker mechanics with cooperative strategy, offering a fresh take on traditional card games. The unique setting aboard a futuristic riverboat and the asymmetrical crew factions add depth and replayability. However, the reliance on poker hands might limit its appeal to those unfamiliar with or uninterested in traditional card games. Overall, it seems to be a well-crafted game that combines familiar elements in innovative ways. Trismegistus New Edition is a reimagined version of the original heavy Euro-style game from Board and Dice, placing 1 to 4 players in the roles of 19th-century alchemists striving to decode the secrets of Hermes Trismegistus and ultimately craft the Philosopher's Stone. Players transmute metals, conduct experiments, and manipulate powerful artifacts over the course of 3 rounds, each symbolizing a year of intense academic research. The gameplay features dice drafting, set collection, and engine-building mechanics, with each decision impacting your alchemical progression and final score. The Gamefound campaign presents the new special edition with streamlined mechanics, a reworked rulebook, and an updated visual design to improve clarity and accessibility. A new solo mode and a roll-and-write variant are also introduced, giving players more flexibility in how they engage with the alchemical challenge. While the original game had a reputation for being dense and intimidating, this edition aims to retain its strategic depth while making the game easier to learn and smoother to play. It's a thoughtful evolution that may finally unlock Trismegistus for a wider audience of Eurogame enthusiasts. And if you love new games as we do, check out our list of 75 upcoming board games of 2025.